9 to noon, ready to go. Armin, Billy in studio. Tim Allen is in this week for John Kuhn. Kuhn is on a destination wedding to an exotic locale, but we'll be back in time for the game on Sunday.
People are the worst. I mean, who on earth is scheduling not only a fall wedding, but a fall destination wedding? My sister did this a month ago.
Your sister's the worst?
One of the worst kinds of people. She decided that on a Saturday in September is when we should be getting married, when everybody realized Oregon was playing Colorado that day. Right? Are you serious?
She didn't even think about it.
We're missing that game? We can't be doing that.
Did you go?
Of course, Butchie, I went.
I don't know. I mean,
I was the officiant. Of course I had to go.
You just said it was the worst.
Yeah, but it was down every once in a while. Just ask Armin. He's learning to put his foot down, right? You're going to the Marquette game tonight.
Here we go. Armin goes to all the games.
All right. So you say.
Right?
So
listen. Sorry, I am going to this Marquette game. That is all that matters. I am a true fan.
And have dinner ready for me.
Yeah, that's Armin.
I didn't go for the dinner.
Just to put a wrap on what Billy said, for those who schedule these type of affairs during football season, they are the worst. Oh yeah,
I was like, if you want me to play something, you have to turn off the music.
Type of person.
My wedding was during
That's
a
my
Packers
favorite when
season.
Stewie says that.
I had to do it.
You are the worst. Type
Oh,
of
you are
person.
just the worst type of person.
You are the worst. I can't do it. I can't.
Thanks, Lumiere.
You are just the worst type of person.
You
That
are
was pretty much what-
You are just the
That was
worst.
pretty much what Armin just said.
It is the worst.
Yeah, that's pretty much you.
Armin Stewie is French.
Yeah,
You
we're
have
such a
French
good-
Stewie.
It's Ratatouille. Ratatouille.
We're in such a good mood when the Packers win, man. We're in such actually. So my wedding
Well,
was during
they're still
Packers
not a
season.
good football team, but it's a win. We'll take it.
We'll take him. We'll take him by
So Armin, you
Tucker
gotta
Cook.
continue this on to Marquette tonight. You gotta.
You're going, right?
Just the worst type of person.
You want to see West?
Oh.
No,
You want the Chris Hall? You horrendous
You're
busy
going, right?
Butch, how many times you gonna ask if I'm going to the Marquette?
Are
game?
you
I-
going?
I thought you're going.
You thought I was going based on what? I never said I was going, did I?
Based
You
on
got
this
your
is
blue
the
on?
year.
Yeah.
This is the year because if we beat Northern Illinois tonight, this is the year
Yes.
because of this tonight. No, I'm not going tonight. I don't go to every Marquette game.
This is the most hype that Marquette has had since
Forever. They've had
fill,
hype.
Fill it up. No.
Going
This
in
kind of hype.
Going in, no, I get it.
The
Yeah,
way-
Since
it's
when?
been a
the
Armin?
Wade
No, I'm
years-
seriously. It's awesome. I think it's fantastic.
How hot did they enter?
Oh wait.
How hot did they enter the season in either one of the Wade years?
Mm.
Or it was
They were preseason 25, but they were not top 5 preseason.
Not like
No,
this.
not
it's like
like
you're
this.
coming
Even
out
if
hot.
08, what were they? 08
78 was the last time they were entering a season this highly ranked.
So you're coming in
Off of
hot,
nation. Yeah.
Since 78, exactly.
coming in hot, loaded for bear, and you are going to go to how many games this year?
Maybe 2.
How do I know how many games I'm going to yet?
Make a
I'll end
commitment.
up
Season
going to
didn't
more
start.
games than Armin will.
You work the games.
I would agree,
Don't
yes.
count. Don't count. Doesn't count, but you work the games.
What do you mean?
No,
Am I
he's
not
probably
there?
giving
So,
up work to
Armin,
go
just
to
answer the
to
question.
work a
Why
Badger
don't
game,
you
to
like
work,
going to games?
Marquette game?
I like going to games. This narrative that you peddle, Josh, in dark alleys across the
That's what I do with my free time. Is make
Across
sure
the
that everyone
state
knows
of
that
the
you
country.
don't like going to sporting events.
it's not true at all. I love
Why-
sporting
why are
events.
you so
I love
against
live
it?
sporting
I know
events.
plenty of people that are like, I prefer to watch a game at home. I like to be
It's
comfortable
not true.
at
It's not-
home. I like to watch it on my TV. I like to get the analysis.
Okay.
Why can't, just admit you're that type of person.
I'm not
It's
that-
okay.
I'm not the type of person who doesn't like going. I'm not going to admit something that's not true. It's not true that I don't like going to games. It's not true. Sometimes it's true that I can't always realistically make it to every game. On a weeknight, I got stuff. I
They
had
got kids. They got homework to do.
I had
Right.
Marquette season
I
tickets.
gotta pick up kids.
I had
Yeah.
Marquette season tickets in section 425 of the Bradley Center up to through my 20s until I was about 32. I was at almost at every home game. I'm talking about North Carolina Central. I'm talking about Savannah State. I'm talking about any game you can think of. I was
Right.
there in my gold vest in section 425, row 4, seat 9 every time. Okay,
You weren't. No, you
When you
weren't.
were a student?
You weren't because the rows were alphabetical instead
Whatever
of
it
numbers.
Row D. It wasn't. He's right. It was row D, not row 4.
Sit down, young man.
He was whatever.
That's
Whatever.
amazing.
Row D. Whatever
This
it
was
was.
when you were a student?
After I was a student,
Okay, so
I bought
post-graduation,
season
you paid
tickets
money.
up in the upper tank of the Bradley Center, and I
Okay.
was there.
All right.
And there were nights I had sections to myself.
So
sections.
So the
'cause
Golden
the smell.
Eagles are coming in hot, loaded for bear.
What's
Best coming in hot, loaded for bear. What'd you say, Josh?
That's just because he smelled. So they
Okay.
left him alone.
They left him alone.
good one? A BO joke. Good one.
It always works.
It is.
Okay. Coming
It's
in
like
hot,
fart jokes
loaded for
over
bear.
there.
Yeah.
You're right here. Where do you want to be? Then right here, right now in your life.
Marv
I'm gonna
Levy.
put you down for 6 games in person this
Okay,
year.
6 games.
Hell no.
You don't
Well,
think
that's a
I'm making
mod-
six?
that's a modest number. Not a lot to
To be
ask.
honest with you, I'll make 6 games this now, but then everyone will say you did it just because Zabe said you had to go to 6.
Oh,
and
I'm
just-
still hammering the under on that.
Yeah, I'm still taking the under.
That's what I'm saying.
What's
It's
the
a
line?
lot like
What's the
Iowa
line?
football, 28
Well,
and a half.
I
Don't get drug test.
I can't. We got a thing.
I think we got to move it to 6.5 because I don't want him pushing and just going to 6.
You're right. I like that. Throw the half in there.
He went to 2 last year.
You went to 2 games last year.
Let's count them up.
You got free tickets with Drew
Let's
to one
count
of
to
them.
2.
Providence, Wisconsin. I think I went to 3. I think I went to 3.
So therefore, my order of 6 Armin games. at
Providence and
Marquette,
Wisconsin are 2 schools.
It's a
I know
heavy order.
that.
What was the
Billy.
next one?
I know that. No, I went to a third one. I can't remember which one. Preseason.
Okay.
Not preseason.
Providence,
not
Wisconsin,
conference.
and then Providence, Wisconsin hyphenated. That was the third.
You're all
Oh,
you all
yeah.
think you're funny. You're funny. You're funny.
I love this.
How many?
guy.
How many Wichita State games you go to, Josh?
Why don't live there anymore?
Oh, let's talk about that.
What kind of argument is that? I'm flying there.
They're not here in our backyard.
Right. It's not a 20-minute drive.
Okay.
Okay. It's a little bit different.
20 minutes with traffic. You
Yeah,
can get down there
right.
at 12 if you really had to.
Anyway, you're allowed to go to whatever games you want to go to.
I
Right,
go
and
to
that's the thing.
But I
I'm
think
not.
you should go to 6. I think you should go to 6.
I'm
went-
not mad at
yeah.
Armin for not going to the games. I'm mad at him for saying he wants to go to the games and then not going.
Okay, so you're
Just
saying.
admit that you don't want to go.
So you're saying
That's a good point.
if I had a choice to go to if I went, I would go to Lambeau. Is that what your question was going to be?
I'm saying a sporting event, man. Like it's just
No,
like I said,
like,
some people
trailer's
just
pretty
don't want
cool.
to be that person.
I like going to games.
Yeah, Butchie finally saw the trailer.
I
You
like
know,
going
pretty
to
cool.
games.
A year and a half.
I know. I saw it on Twitter. But he went to see the
Right, you saw it on Twitter. You saw it. You weren't there, but you saw it on Twitter.
I wasn't
Rich-
there.
Rich and Fondy. Armin is the worst. So funny. Pile on.
Rich
Yeah,
hates me.
Rich,
Rich hates me.
yeah, Rich is the best. I love
He
Rich.
also
can't
says,
stand
thanks
me.
for being idiots. You make my work days better. What a difference a win makes. Yes, God, does it make a difference? Thank God for that.
That was a win.
I went to
So-
so many bad games. When I say bad, I mean I
Don't
went to
you
so many
start,
bad
He was
games.
talking about a win about the Packer game.
We're moving on. We're on to Cincinnati.
Don't you start with that, Butchie.
We're
No,
on
I
to-
just told you that you
What?
can have the last word on this false narrative. All right, go ahead.
Well,
Move on.
you'll have the last word when you attend your 7th game in person.
Oh,
Then the
I
last
love
word
it.
is yours.
I used to support all the teams
Used
too.
to.
I'd go to the women's
Used
games.
to.
I'd
Used
go
to.
to soccer games. I'd be at
know.
volleyball games.
I used to be an extra large T-shirt. Okay, we all used to be some.
Then I turned 8.
Okay, right.
I used to have hair and dreams. Neither anymore.
All right.
We used to be a lot of things, Arvin.
I did see an NFL films, and my first response to the picture Armin zapped to me was, "Wow,
Wow.
Zabe, look at the hair."
Yeah, Zabe's on NFL Network top 10s.
NFL
Some of
Network
them.
top 10. I said, "Wow,
Right.
look at the hair."
He used to be
Used
on
to
an
be.
NFL top 10.
Can we focus on
On to the Packers.
getting Clete Blakeman suspended
Oh,
for
my
being
gosh.
the worst? I don't know, Billy. I've never seen offsides penalties called quite like that. Was that McVay pulling out the rule book and shoving it down Clete Blakeman's throat, basically?
Not Clete Blakeman, the side judge over on that side. And people will not like this. It's the right call.
Okay.
And kudos to the Rams sideline for being on top of it. You cannot have, if you are not the center, you cannot have your hand inside what essentially would be one large brick, about what, maybe a foot long brick. Say it's all lava. There's a foot long
Ooh.
strip of lava on the line of scrimmage
I
where
know
the
this
football
game.
is.
Because the
You
ball,
cannot
it's
put your
three-dimensional.
hand-
It's three-dimensional.
Inside of that line.
So in
If
other
you
words,
are not the center.
you cannot break the plane of the rear tip of the football
Correct.
Correct. That is
And
the
he-
neutral zone.
with your head or your hand.
Or your hand.
Any part of your body.
Any part of your body.
Okay.
Now, if you're the center, your offhand can be. Jason Kelsey does this when they do their tush push, where he's down on a 4-point stance. They called Landon Dickerson maybe 3 weeks ago on Sunday Night Football for being offsides,
It's a
believing
dumb
his.
rule.
No, it's not, Butchie. It's really not. Can you step
agree
in?
with Butch.
Can you line up inside of the
Thank
lane on a
you.
free throw?
We'll go to a game.
Well, but here's
No.
the difference. The
It's
difference-
really not that hard.
Billy, the difference is they don't
call it
they don't
consistent.
call a lot of those could have been a lane violations in basketball. The NFL is now in the business of, I guess, being hyper technical about
Nope.
everything.
No, it's the coaches have to be on the
Okay.
side, Judge. You got to be talking in that dude's ear. And if you go back and look at the whole TV copy, the first one, McVay, is in that kid's hip pocket over on the other sideline.
and that's coaching, but
And then there's three guys on the next one saying, you better be calling this once this ball is snapped. They throw the flag right away.
The issue is this: they don't call it consistently all the time, right? Like in the lane violation with basketball, if you're there, it's always called.
Sure.
100% out of 100 out of 100, it's called.
How many times does Giannis take more than 10 seconds to shoot a free throw?
Good example.
72%.
Do you think it should be called every time? I mean,
When does it get called?
Not
When the
But
Miami
he's a
Heat
superstar.
coaches, when the Miami
When
Heat
they make a
coaches
big enough
when they
stink
complain
are
about it.
freaking out about it and
Well,
getting in the referee's ear.
But should-
You got to work for some of those calls. That's the give and take that you got to do.
that's probably true, but I don't think the game should be legislated by politicking and lobbying of coaches. Unfortunately, it is, and that's their job to do it, and that's fine. But I saw the Rams defensive nose tackle with his helmet in that close to the neutral zone too. I have to go back and look at the picture Hunter posted.
To me,
It
it's
looked like
almost
it.
an
You see it on the TV when you're watching?
Yeah, I did. To me, it's one of those. It's one of those things where basically you could get as detailed as you want. Does it affect the actual playing of the game? Not really. It was like the intentional grounding last night in the Bills game that McCauley went back and forth with Collinsworth over. It's a technicality versus a was it really grounding?
Right. Well,
I would like more holistic reffing from the NFL.
like we were arguing in the Super Bowl last year when I said letter of the law on the hold, and you said that's
Oh,
not a
no.
call.
You
And
know
I said
what?
It is.
You know what might make these guys better at officiating?
Full-time refs.
Clay Martin not going and doing lunch duty on a Tuesday because he's an assistant principal at a school.
That's awesome.
Maybe we all go to one central location because we work for the NFL, the largest sports entity in America, and we can have our officials be full-time employees. Crazy idea.
You have a lot of people on your side on that, and I understand the argument. Although I just don't know what they would do from May until August.
So summer's off. You can say.
What would they do for
Summer's off.
full-time money for that long?
Don't teams have OTAs?
So they ref the OTAs.
Why would you not be in front of players?
Oh,
Why would you not be doing?
It's not even a real game though.
No, but you're worried about them getting paid. What would they do for money? You're saying, right?
What are they going to do if they're full-time employees from May?
What do teachers do? They get paid. They
Or
get
not even May, from April, March. What would referees do from March until August?
They'll
if
get
they're
paid enough.
full-time?
Oh, you're in the lab. You're working. We're doing
Okay.
seminars. We're going through every single bit of the rule book. We're watching your tape from the year before.
5 days a week.
I don't know why they have to be
Okay.
5 days, but they could be 3 days.
Well, I mean, in theory, I
3
guess
days,
there's
that'd be nice.
there's an argument
Yeah.
for that, but here's the
Because
problem.
you're working more than 40 hours a
Right.
week once football season comes.
But the NFL is cheap. They're so cheap that when it came to giving these guys a raise, they said, we'll go with scrubs.
Yeah.
And so Skeeter McBuzzcut screwed up the game with the Packers and the Seahawks on national TV.
and I don't care.
And they're
they
like,
know.
well, it was a sure exciting game. Too bad it was wrong. So they're
Mhm.
cheap sons of bitches. They don't want to pay these guys.
And they know we're
full-time.
still going to watch. They know it won't affect their bottom
And in
line.
the case of guys like Ed Hockley, now retired and off the grid allegedly, he was making so much money as a corporate attorney. Had they told him either quit your job and be full time or stay an attorney, he would have said,
Attorney.
"Well, I can't referee."
Okay, bye.
Then
Bye.
you get a
And
new
you would
one.
lose some of your better guys.
But here's the other factor.
You're already losing them though to TV.
That is true. They pluck
Correct.
pretty much
The
all
best
the
ones
good
are going to
guys,
TV
because
anyway.
that's a better job. But my other issue would be
except for Macaulay. I hate him.
I think
So
if you
so obnoxious.
It's
I
worse.
think if you did this, the game would end up being over officiated. There'd be more flags.
Oh, it's already over.
So I think people would like that even less. People don't want that. They don't want this game officiated like a traffic cop,
I
like
agree.
going through every guy that's going 36 and a 35. I don't think fans
But
want that.
okay, who is one of the best officials that on court, on field officials you can remember in the last 25 years?
I was a Steratore guy. Of course, he did hoops and football from a
Oh.
line of family of referees too. By the
Okay,
way,
multi-sport.
but he
Crazy.
was the guy that said it should have been a catch in the Bronco game,
Sure.
and many people said you're talking
Yep.
out of your ass, Steratore.
Well, no one's.
I believe that you are in that environment. You are doing that job. You're continually
Right.
being in pressure moments, you're only going to get better at it.
Like going to live games instead of watching them. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, well
done,
Man, look at you.
Touche, my
Hit
friend.
the
Hey.
Beatles after that.
So
I mean, goodness gracious.
today we got Tim Allen in with you guys, and this is a huge week for the Brewers. Canna traded over the weekend.
Yeah.
Josh is upset about it.
You don't like Blake Halub? You don't
I'm
have
sorry.
all his albums?
What happened?
the AAA pitcher they got,
Oh,
the bag of groceries they
no,
got
come
for
on.
Canna.
6
No.
more years of club control.
We caught the
Go,
best of
good.
Canna for a brief
Yeah,
month and a
yeah,
half.
I think so.
I would
right?
agree with that.
Truth is, we have also a lot of outfielders that need time on the field.
he wasn't playing.
What are you gonna do? I mean, I love Canna. What I want is OPS again next year, probably. But you have, you
He's
got
not playing over Garrett
Yelich,
Mitchell.
Weimer,
What?
Mitchell,
What?
Jackson Churio.
What?
Once upon a time might
What?
start
When,
being
when,
a thing.
when do you think he's coming up?
Sal Frelick is another
Middle
guy
of the year next year.
you've heard
Yeah.
of.
You may have heard of him.
You've heard of
Yes.
Sal Frelick. These guys need
So,
time.
Okay,
And,
so,
and you have a DH, but what are you going to move? Yelich to first at some point, maybe in his career, it's going to happen. But
so
Yelich is going to play every day.
big 48 hours on council. Which way is the wind blowing right now? As you guys stick your Brewer fan
To the
fingers in
east.
the wind, which way is it blowing to the east?
Yeah.
Is it howling to the east?
It's
Is
blowing.
it just a light zephyr to the east?
I still think it's blowing to the south. I still think he ends up coaching the Astros.
Oh,
That just to me
man.
makes way more sense.
I keep hearing about Cleveland now, though.
Cleveland.
I still think Occam's razor, and I said it on Twitter, that the most likely outcome was he was going to try and get the most money he could to still manage in Milwaukee. Maybe that's hope against hope because I want him here.
It is.
I still think that's going to happen unless
Will
Mark
they
doesn't
match
pay.
any offer?
Well, and he
Well,
might want
come on, it's
and,
Mark, of course.
and he might want to put Mark in that position for a purpose and a point. And
Here.
that's what I'm more intrigued about.
Here, let me flip the exit question real quick around the horn. If it was you, what would you do? I think I'm with Billy. I'd go to the loaded team.
I'm staying
You
here.
go to the Astros.
I'm counsel in this scenario.
Yes,
Okay.
you are Craig
Oh.
Counsell.
I'd go to the
Yeah,
loaded
I'm
team
leaving Milwaukee.
above the Stearns relationship, and maybe even for a tick less money. Go to the loaded team and have a blast.
And they spend money. Like
I
every
absolutely
single
do.
year, they're
Yeah.
going and finding
But
guys.
I don't like the Astros, so
Yeah, well,
Me
you'd hate
too.
them even more.
Hate
if
'em 'cause they
stole your
win, too.
manager.
I'd stay, but I want to
Man,
make sure
the Cheatings suck.
I'm appreciated this time when I stay. Like
He's
I'm
I'm
trying
going
to.
to the Mets. I'm building it up. I'm creating New York buzz.
They're a
and screwing the
perpetual
Yankees.
dumpster
They
fire,
are.
though.
Not with me, they won't be.
Oh, that's fair,
That's what
Butchie.
everyone
That's
That
how-
is what
but
that is what a manager and what a coach is going to say,
That's how they
right?
think.
I mean,
That's how
you're
they
right.
think.
All right, boys.
Might
Ted.
not be true, but
Hey, we can convince ourselves a lot of different things.
Right.
Armin convinced himself he's going to go to 7 Marquette games this year.
yeah, correct.
6.
Tag your at 9 to noon is
that under.
next. Butchie, Josh, great job as always. Thanks, fellas. We'll see you tomorrow.